Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show. I'm Jim Fuller, sitting in for Chip Ramsey this morning, and it's my pleasure to be working with Coach Lee Davis, who is probably a happy guy today. Good night last night, Coach Davis.
It was a ugly win, but a win indeed. You know, I'd much rather have an ugly win than a pretty loss.
Absolutely.
I told somebody last night, I don't remember what it was, but winning kind of like we did last night was like dating an ugly girl. You know, sometimes you got to be happy you're on a date.
We'll ask one of your football players about that. We got a couple in the audience today. But it was a significant win because that locks you into the playoffs now, does it not?
It did. We're in the playoffs. We don't know where we're going or if we're hosting or who we're playing, but we do know that our season will live on after Week 10.
Okay. All right, we're going to be bringing you the replay of that game with the highlights, with comments from Coach Lee Davis right after we take this commercial break. We'll be right back in just a moment, folks.
This is Ken Huddleston. And this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston. And this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
An 1880 Liberty $10 gold piece, a Ruger M77 rifle, 300 Winchester Magnum with a Leopold 25x50 Barry X3 scope.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us to raise our children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Mike or Lori.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
They say you see the world differently. It's like I see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. And that's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart performs the most heart procedures in the state. That experience means more survivors. For more than 40 years, they have been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on because you want to survive.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
All right, we're starting here now with first quarter action, I guess, Coach.
We are. Senior night. This will be, unless we host a playoff game, this will be the last time that our seniors step on the field at Cardin Gerald Field. So it was an emotional time, and we've got 4 seniors that are out for the coin toss, but you can't see it. All the rest of the seniors are off about the hash right behind them. So it was an emotional night.
How many seniors do you have on this team, Coach? We
have 16 seniors. And it's 16 guys that have played for a long time. I mean, it's, you know, some of the names have been starting since freshmen, and it was we'll miss them all.
Do I recall you told me you had around 80 players on this team?
We do. I think we counted again, and we got 90 players right now. We've lost a couple along the way, and you know, you'll see here in a minute when they come out, they're over there on the bench. We've got like 12 or 15 kids that are injured. So our numbers maybe don't look as large as we say they are because half, you know, we got a lot of that are banged up. We've got a MASH squad over there on the sideline. we won the toss and elected to receive, take the ball first, and it's a good job getting it out by Dillinger, getting us in pretty decent field position to start the game. Come out throwing right away to Aaron Rule. He's a senior for us. Like I said, this may be one of his last games, so I was glad to go ahead and start out by getting him the ball and getting to him, letting him run. Second and 10. They thought Cumberland County came in with a great game plan. They decided to get their ends wide and take away power. They weren't going to let us run power, and if we were going to do anything, we were either going to throw it or really kind of run trap to the fullback and stuff in the middle. Like I said, here's an option outside that we take it and we're gone. We had a lot of big plays Friday night, and they all got called back for penalties.
And who made that run there for you?
That was Chris Murray.
Chris Murray.
Here we are, third down and long, and we just trying to get it back in field position, get to Rozier and see if he could break it.
Chris Murray's done a lot of great things for you guys, has he not, over the years?
Oh, he has. Before I took the head coaching job, I thought Chris Murray had been here for like 8 years. So but now that I'm here, I wish he was here for more. But again, you'll see throughout the film and throughout the game, we broke a lot of big runs and just a holding penalty or something stupid that we did that had to bring it back. Very good kick. Pinned him down to the 6-yard line, and David Morgan came up big there.
Holding penalty will give a coach gray hair after that great run there a moment ago, would it?
It most certainly will. Good job by the defense rallying the ball. And then from there, their game plan was get the ball to number 2, and number 2 may be the best player in our region. He can flat out fly. He had a great game Friday night, and he kept them in the ball game. I mean, he made it to where, they were a legit team.
Coach, I would assume you probably got several guys that are playing both ways here, offense and defense.
We do. We probably got 6 or 7 that go both ways. We tried to platoon as much as we can, but sometimes you just can't do it. And at this point of the year, we're all a little banged up, so we're trying to get a little more kids out there and get them playing. But you look at somebody like Chris Murray. He's starting course and whatever he plays on offense, because he's lined up about every position. And he's one of those you just can't take off the field. Again, you give number 2 a crease, and he'll just kill you.
I'm sure you'd seen film on that number 2 there. I forget his name, but you'd seen film on him. You were probably looking for him tonight on this night, were you?
Oh, we did. We knew that he was a really good player, but I think Friday night he showed us what a great player he could be. He is, like I said, unbelievably fast, and if you give him a crease and he gets second level, he is gone. I think Cumberland County does a great job of getting the ball in space. You see here, they'll bring him in motion and they'll fake it to him, and of course you've got to respect that. And Jeffrey Simmons, I thought, had an interception there. I don't know how he dropped that one. I guess if he didn't spend so much time in the studio on Saturdays, he could work on his hands.
You think that might be it?
That might be it.
Yeah. Jeffrey is in our studio today, by the way, and has his hands covering his face now after that comment from the coach.
Fourth down, they're going to punt here, get us the ball back. And, after the first drive, a penalty killed the drive. We got it down on the 2-yard line, and a penalty brought it all the way back. So offensively, we feel like we're fine at this point. We're playing sloppy, but at least we're playing, and we feel like we're just one play away from really breaking it and taking it to the house. Good run by our fullback. We don't run trap a lot, but when we do, we feel like it can be successful. Little reverse that we've run a lot this season, and Wicks does a great job of getting outside. Yeah, I thought he was gone from where I was standing, but it looks like he got just dragged down. Again, moving the ball, we feel comfortable about everything we're doing here. I thought their defensive line did a really good job at really containing and doing a good job with stopping our power game and really focusing on Rozier. I mean, you could tell their job coming in was we're not going to let number 1 beat us.
Of course, Rozier just a sophomore, but you can bet everybody knows who he is around this league, man.
I think so. I think he's grabbed a couple of attention. Go throwing an interception. You know, it's 4th down and 12, 13 yards. I don't have a problem with that. Our quarterback was trying to make a play. You know, if we don't make a play there, we turn it over anyway. So I don't ever have a problem with that on 4th down. Just try to make a play. That's what you got to do. Again, that drive stalled. We had a really good offensive drive going and just couldn't finish. Again, number 2 just kind of gashing us here for 4 or 5 yards at a time.
He was open on that play, wasn't he?
He was. We were beat there. Getting beat happened a couple times. Just a great job of cutting him back by Austin Cutshaw. Cutshaw's another one, senior. We'll miss him next year. He's a 2-way starter, and you know, he's one of those that you just can't afford not to be on the field at all times. Fourth down again. Our defense is really playing well. They're containing number 2. He hasn't broken out yet and really had the stellar game that he will. So as of right now, we feel like we're playing okay, and you know, we know we're just a play away from being in the end zone. We go again with just a little ground and pound. Caleb West with a great job there. He pancaked the linebacker. Caleb West is another one, plays a little defense for us, but a really good left tackle, senior. He'll be very missed next year.
All right, and as the first quarter comes to a close and the score at 0-0, so.
Nothing, but we feel okay. I mean, as of right now, we feel like we're playing a little slow and playing a little sloppy, but you know, we've had one big play called back and a penalty here, penalty there. We're moving the ball offensively. As of right now, we're containing number 2. The game's ours right now. We feel like we're in it. We'll win it. No big problem. Let's just get in the second quarter and see what we do.
All right. Okay, we're going to hear from our sponsors in this segment. Right now, let's go to John Gray.
All right. You know, you saw Mr. Simmons miss that pick out there. Had it right here, missed it. He must have needed to hydrate. He might have not had enough water. Well, he could have got in the queue and hydrated there. And, you know, that's just white quartz water that we get from Mid-South Distributed. Rick Gerwe and the fine folks over there. They're our water sponsor this year for the football show. Mr. Simmons, when you need to hydrate, what are you going to do? Get in the queue. Right here it is for you, brother. All right, we appreciate them. And we also appreciate Greg Driver and Chuck Lynch over at Apex Restoration. You know, if you have a problem, a storm comes through, you have water damage, you have fire, smoke damage, something terrible happens to your home or your property, these guys are the best at taking care of that. They have teamed up with DKI, which is North America's largest property damage restoration contracting organization, and they can take care of everything. Give them a call at 866-461-5508. Here's a few things they do. Emergency services, water damage mitigation, mold remediation, environmental services, fire and smoke damage, contents restoration, complete reconstruction, and a catastrophe response team. So, you know, you got a real bad problem, they're the professionals that can take care of it for you. That's Apex Restoration, 866-461-5508. Mr. Simmons, in the queue. We'll be right back after these messages.
People's Bank & Trust provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank & Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank & Trust offers business and mortgage loans, including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank & Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
It's Truck Month at Stan McNabb, and new trucks are arriving daily. All trucks available with 0% financing, like this new Chevy Silverado. 0% financing plus $5,000 off during Truck Month at Stan McNabb. Plus, every new truck is on sale this month. When nothing but a truck will do, get to Stan McNabb today, the area's largest truck dealer. 2000 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, under the big American flag.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with news leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
Welcome back, folks, as we pick up action here in the second quarter, start of the second quarter with the score 0-0.
Good run there by Chris Murray. Ran a little jet. We ran jet a lot Friday night, and I was glad to see that. We hadn't run it real well, so it was nice to see us be able to get outside on people and run a little bit. Here's a great run by Andrew Dillinger. Starts corner for us, probably one of the fastest kids on our team, and well, he just takes it to the house.
Good play. It looked like the blocking developed well on that play as well.
It did. It did. We've got a couple seniors on the offensive line. We've already talked about Cutshaw and West, and we got Zach Huddleston starting center. He started there for 2, maybe even 3 years, and good leader for us. And we're going to miss that entire offensive line.
Is your kicker a left-footed kicker?
He's a left-footed kicker.
Okay.
He's one of those that's getting better every week. He's just a sophomore, so we can't wait to see what he can do in the future for the next couple of years.
I think we might have commented on this before, but the team as a whole, I think, is really beginning to get it in your new offensive scheme that you've set up here since you've been here.
They are. We feel like they are. We feel like we're getting better every week. And so that's a great job by David Morgan, just popping it up and getting it right to where we needed it, and got us the ball back real quick. Boy, I tell you what, that Brent Wicks, a senior, it hit him right in the hands. If we're going to throw it deep, which we don't do a lot, we've got to come up with those. And Brent's a senior that we'll miss next year, really good leader, and hopefully he can go on and play college football somewhere. We go a little Justin Morris, ran just a little dive play. Fullback takes it to the house again, just like in the first quarter. Pop a big play, and we feel like we're on the move. We're ready to go. Our offense is exactly where it needs to be.
And who was it?
That was little Justin Morris. He's a senior for us, plays linebacker. He comes in at fullback a lot, and he's, he may start half the games at fullback. Either him or Charles Jones just kind of roll in whenever they feel like it, because we feel like both can play. We're going to miss Justin Morris next year, senior again. He's been a real asset for us on everything he does. I mean, if we ask him to go out on special teams, he'll do it and never complain, and we'll miss him. This was a good game for our guys, for our seniors. I feel like every one of our seniors really had good games and did things they were supposed to do.
Did you just kick that extra point there 3 times?
We did. We try to kick as many extra points as we can during games. We try to get as many penalties as we can to give our sophomore enough chances. It's a good job by David of putting it in the end zone. We're up by 14-0 here, and offense has moved the ball. Defense has contained 2 up so far, and I think it's here that he starts breaking out and starts being a player. And I tell you, when number 2 gets loose now, it's almost like trying to just wrestle cats. I mean, it's hard to get him back trapped.
Huge run there.
Huge run. I mean, he's very, very outstanding player. We got a penalty here coming up. They called Charles Jones for a late hit. Looked clean to me. I'll never argue with the ref, but they moved the ball down. Now they're inside the 10 with 1 big play and 1 penalty. It's just a great job by Cumberland County responding. I mean, that's what you want to see in a football team. If one team scores, then you want to respond.
Ball was loose there.
He was. We fumbled it. We recovered it in the end zone. It popped up. We talk about bend, don't break, but that's about as much as you can bend when you get them on the 1-yard line and they fumble.
Absolutely. So the Red Raiders get it on the 20.
We do, and we go back to work and, still pounding a little bit, grinding. Still feel like we're, in plenty of control. It's 14-0. We bend, don't break, and, we're fine. We're rolling around, doing good. Again, I thought they had an outstanding game plan to really stop Rozier. They focused on number 1, and they weren't going to let number 1 beat them. That was for sure.
However, it looked like it might have opened up some other things for some of the other guys.
It did. Like here's Aaron Rule on a reverse before our tight end makes a tackle. Justin Arnold, I guess, decided that Rule had ran enough and decided to get a tackle there. Here we go again. Jet sweep to Chris Murray. Aaron Rule, who just ran a reverse, he's another one that will do anything you ever ask him to do. I can never say enough about that kid. I mean, he would drive the bus and serve hot dogs at halftime if you'd let him. I mean, anything you ask that kid to do, he's always willing to do it.
That's got to make it nice for a coach.
He does. He's the kind of kid that, I don't know that you can replace. We've got 2 of them that way. Aaron Rule and DeChaz McGee are just 2 kids that I don't know how you replace them, because they do everything you ask them to do. They've never complained. They've never, hey, get me the ball, give me this, give me that. They are just 2 kids that go out, do their job, block, and, here's us getting to Chaz McGee the ball, trying to figure ways just to get him and his partner in crime. Aaron Rule misses the block, or I think he'd been gone there. But again, I can't say enough about those 2. Those 2 are just great seniors that we'll be losing. And I'd give anything to have either one of them back next year. We go 4th and a few here. If they don't jump, we call timeout. Thought we had a good play drawn up, and it just coming up here in this play, we decided we were going to run double slants out here. And, the ball just got tipped. I mean, this is the way it happens. Thought Wicks did a great job of really trying to get a hold of it and trapping it, and just hit the ground before he could pull it in. So we turn the ball over and give him a shot.
Seems like I'm seeing at least a lot of coaches now that really don't hesitate much about going for it on 4th down as they might have at one time.
Oh, no, I don't hesitate a bit. I've seen our punt game in the first half of the season, punt for 1 yard, 3 yards, 7 yards. and I figure we can run it for that even if we don't get it. So I have no hesitation ever going for it on 4th down. I think they're coming down here right before half. They're trying to get the ball downfield and get them in the field goal range. They
Ball's
fumble
loose there again.
Yeah, they coughed it up again. I tell you, when we play games that we don't turn the ball over and we don't put the ball on the ground, we play well, we win. I can feel Cumberland County's pain there when they fumble it and put it on the ground a little bit. Good job by Jeffrey Simmons. I think he had some cue there before that play. He made a great play of knocking that one down.
He might have had some cue, and that kind of makes up for that pass he dropped a while ago.
I think it did.
Yeah, that interception he dropped a while ago. Looked like he had that ball dropped it, didn't he?
He did. I think we're doing a pretty good job here of, when they want to throw the ball, we're knocking it down. And, with number 2, again, it's bend, don't break. I mean, the kid can run.
He's going to get some yards.
He is. He's going to get, he's broken away on everybody they've played this year. I mean, you look at his schedule, and he's done this to about everybody. And he's impressive to watch now. He's a joy. As long as you're not on the other sideline.
Right.
I mean, I don't enjoy him so much. I enjoy him more today when I'm watching because I know the outcome of the game than I did Friday night. A little stop and go. They did a great job of that. We practiced it all week, and sometimes even when you practice something, it still is open. And that was one that they do a great job with it. Number 2 again. Again, just dragging some of our guys, and just a great player. And he
was
a shoe. There was about 3 or 4 times last night that a shoe came off, and every one of our coaches yelled, fumble, ball.
Right.
And it was a shoe. So I tell you what else they had. They had on some yellow shoes, and I swear every time I looked on the field, I thought a flag was being thrown. Good job there. Going into half, up 14-0.
Okay. You got to feel pretty good about the game right now because you pretty much done what you wanted to in the first half, looks like.
We have. We thought we played a little sloppy. By now, we're up 14-0. We came in at halftime, and we were a little upset. Our defense was upset the way we tried to contain 2, and offensively, I thought we could do so much better. But the truth of the matter was, we're still up 14-0. I mean, it's probably the worst that any of us have ever felt defensively about a shutout at halftime.
Yeah, but you guys adjusted well. Looks like I'm sure it was probably no surprise to you that they were going to key on Rozier, and you guys look like you adjusted well and found some other alternatives.
I thought we did. I thought halftime made some adjustments that were well and in-game adjustments, and our kids just played better, and we just made some plays second half.
All right, we're going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back in just a moment with third quarter action right after this.
All right, folks, and as you could see in that quarter, Jeffrey Simmons went to the sidelines, got a bottle of white quartz water, came back, blocked the pass. Incredible what this stuff can do for you. You get you some of it. And, number two seems like he's turning into kind of a pest out there for this Coffee County. football team. Well, when you have pests, you call Cheryl Pest Control at 728-4290, and Vernon and Kevin will come out there. They'll fix you up and take good care of you. They get rid of ants, bed bugs, termites, wasps, whatever you've got. They've got something to take care of it for you. They're located about halfway between Tullahoma and Manchester on the Tullahoma Highway. If you're coming from Manchester, on the Manchester Highway, if you headed over there from Tullahoma, that Cheryl Pest Control, they can take care of all your bug problems, rat problems, cat problems, bat problems, any kind of pest problem you got. They got a cure for it. Give them a call. And you know, something else we need for you to remember. And last night on Cardin Gerald Field, there was home field advantage. And never underestimate the value of home field advantage. Manchester students, you've got home field advantage for life with Ascend Federal Credit Union. Ascend offers Discover, Venture, and Go Youth accounts. They also offer 2 scholarships, and one of which is for a graduating senior. With Ascend's free mobile and online account access, you can take home field advantage with you wherever you go after high school. For more information, visit ascendfcu.org. Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA, and membership is limited. And we thank Ascend Federal Credit Union for being part of the Red Raider football program. We'll be right back after a couple more messages.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
An 1880 Liberty $10 gold piece, a Ruger M77 rifle, 300 Winchester Magnum with a Leopold 25x50 Barry X3 scope.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us to raise our children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Michael Lloyd.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
They say you see the world different. It's like I see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. And that's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart performs the most heart procedures in the state. That experience means more survivors. For more than 40 years, they have been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on because you want to survive.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
Welcome back. My name is Chip Ramsey. I'm the backup quarterback for Jim Fuller, coach, and coach has inserted me into the game here, and we're halftime. Red Raiders are kicking off against Cumberland County in a 33-21 win last night at Cardin Gerald Field. Coach, number 2,
he can play.
Let's not invite him back next year.
I don't think we have to. I think he's graduating, and I will be glad to see him go.
That's good, because that guy ran all over us. He ran in between cracks. He found cracks that weren't there. He slipped underneath people's shoes.
Like I said earlier, he's probably the best player in the region, especially for what he has around him, because you almost feel like it's him and then everybody else.
It really does seem that way. And I've never seen a Cumberland County team in years, all these years of watching, that had this kind of feature to him and had a threat.
Well,
quarterback wasn't bad either.
No, number 2 was a threat. Now we told him all week that, hey, if he gets loose, he's gone. And I don't know if they believed me until coming up here in the second half.
Seems like we were catching him downfield all night. He would get a 3 or 4 yard burst through the line and then be just wiggling his way to daylight.
Oh, there were a couple times we had him wrangled, and you hear the coaches on the headset saying, good job getting him down. Next thing you know, he's not down. He's still fighting for 2 or 3 extra yards. So he's a good little player now.
A slippery back. Coach, coming out of the locker room, what was the game plan after halftime?
The adjustments defensively were just, still key on number 2, but we felt like the quarterback too was one of those that he could make plays and he could hurt you. We saw in the first half he ran the little wrap a couple times. He'd fake the 2, and our guys would just take off after 2 like they've been coached to do. And the quarterback started making plays, and that was our defensive game plan. And offensively, we just said do what we do. I mean, the whole first half we were moving the ball. They had focused on Rozier. They were going to shut down one and make sure he didn't beat us. So coming out here in the second half, we decided we're going to run a lot more sweeps, a lot more get outside stuff. We felt like we were as fast as them, so we could get outside. That was a sickening call.
Penalties all night long. It seemed like we were snake bitten by a penalty. Just the worst time you could possibly have one.
Oh, we were. It was, but it was that way all night long. It's probably one of the longest games I can remember.
It was over 3 hours.
Over 3 hours. It was not fun.
Of course, we had senior night festivities before the game, and the Red Raider band also. Good defensive stop down here after giving them getting a bad penalty on 4th down that basically continued the drive for the Cumberland County Jets.
They did. We fought here pretty good. We're keeping them out of the end zone and doing everything we need to. And once they inch the ball forward and you've got the ball on the inch line, it's hard to keep people out. And that's what happened here. You give number 2 and he just kind of waltzes in, and they're back in the game now. They've really put together one good drive, and scoreboard-wise, they're still in it.
Got the sense, though, that your team never panicked, and that there was never a sense that they were going to lose the game. I think some of us talked on the sidelines last night that some of the shell shock from that heartbreaking loss to Lincoln County at home really was still filtered into the minds of your players.
It did. We put in a 48-hour rule that you can only think about a win or a loss for 48 hours. And even last night, you heard some of the kids talk about Lincoln County. And I just don't think that we, the coaches, did a good job of getting Lincoln County out of their mind. And it showed in this game. Offensively, we ran the ball pretty well. We threw it when we needed to. But we just didn't seem like we were just totally focused and really totally wanting to be there. It's a good job there by Meeker getting the ball to Brent Wicks, who makes a couple people miss, and I thought he could have been gone there.
I was watching him from that sideline. I thought he was gone too. He just needed a little.
But of course, penalty brings back. I'm sure it was a holding or something. And
it was a hold.
Here is a great play by Jeffrey Simmons.
That was a fantastic catch.
Oh, it was 3rd and long, and he came up humongous there.
That's pro. It looked like a pro sliding back with that catch.
It did. And here's a big run that we had called back because backfield in motion. Real legit call. Have no problem with it. We're killing ourselves. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. We saw in the first half, we had long drives, long plays brought back because of penalties, and same thing's happening here. We look up and 2 penalties in a row, and now it's 1st and 20. There's not really a lot of things that you can run on 1st and 20. You don't feel like. Not a lot in the playbook for 1st and 20. Go route, just let him out of bounds. Just too much. Good job again on all goes.
That was a nice pass.
It was. Hit Brent Wicks right down the seam. Move the chains, and again, no matter what no matter how we feel like we're doing, we're still moving the chains and keeping the ball and keeping their defense on the field. Good run there by Rozier.
His yards sort of accumulated towards the end of the game. He was obviously isolated and keyed on all the game by Cumberland County, but towards the end of the game, you see he was popping holes and getting a 8-10 yard burst here and there.
That was good to see. That was good to see that he kept fighting and our line kept fighting, and even though they were stopping us and they were making plays, we were at least still moving the ball. Good run here by Charles Jones on senior night. It was good to see your senior who's put in so much work and started since he was a freshman to get a touchdown or two.
I don't think folks watching at home can quite understand the excruciating nature of this game to the effect that the penalties, and there's one again, and this is one of the examples. We had, 4 kicks on that. We eventually got that extra point, but I think we had 3 or 4 penalties that it was one of those games you just wish they just, come on guys, don't call that. Keep that in your pocket.
I mean, there were a couple of times that they had to explain to me what the call was, and when they had to give me a dissertation about what the rule was, I thought, wow, that's not good. But here Cumberland County gets the ball back, and again, it's the number 2 show. I mean, they put it in their best player's hands and let him run.
Quarterback on a keeper off, riding the fake off of Howard. Howard on the give, reverses field, and finds yardage where there is none. And that is your score at the end of third quarter. It's 21-7. Coffee County over to Cumberland County. Coach, we're going to take a quick break, go to some more commercial messages. We'll be right back with the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show. Stay tuned.
People's Bank & Trust provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank & Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank & Trust offers business and mortgage loans, including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank & Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
It's Truck Month at Stan McNabb, and new trucks are arriving daily. All trucks available with 0% financing, like this new Chevy Silverado. 0% financing plus $5,000 off during Truck Month at Stan McNabb. Plus, every new truck is on sale this month. When nothing but a truck will do, get to Stan McNabb today, the area's largest truck dealer. 2000 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, under the big American flag.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's News Leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
You're watching the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show live from Charter Channel 6 studios over here in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Coffee County beats Cumberland County 33-21 on senior night, but not without the Jets giving them giving Coffee County fits all night.
Oh, they gave us everything we wanted. I mean, they played probably one of the best games they've played all year, and you expect them to, because this was a game for them that if they won, they were automatically in the playoffs. So this was really a playoff game. Winner goes, loser stays home.
Coach, I have to say this is one of the better Cumberland County teams I've ever seen. Traditionally, have been a weak program, a lot of changeover at the coaching level, but this is one of the more formidable squads that I've ever seen Coffee County match up with.
They do, and Russ Parton does a great job. He's their head coach and does an outstanding job with them, and he gets under a little fire sometimes for not having the athletes that everyone else has, but I think he does a great job.
Little mic trouble there, Coach. Sorry about that. I was dropped off there. Cumberland County's Howard scores to make it close the gap, Coach. We're 21-14 at this point. Are you feeling like, well, maybe this is maybe night to be snake bitten?
Not yet, because I felt like offensively that the only people that have stopped us offensively were us and penalties.
Right.
So I really didn't feel like, I knew we were up by at least 14 and felt like we could move the ball. So as long as our defense could just, keep them on the field and let the clock run, I felt like right now we were going to be okay. Chris Murray, great run, puts his head down, makes a leap, and he's gone. I mean, it was nice to see again, when your offense is doing this, even though you got hawked from behind, when your offense is doing this, you feel like you're in the game here. Charles Jones with a second touchdown of the night. Again, senior night, give it to your bruiser and let him run. Little missed snap, and I thought Meeker did a good job just getting it off. I mean, you don't ever want to take a sack on an extra point, so just throw it up in the air and let us try to get it.
I really thought someone was going to come down with that ball.
I did too. I thought Anthony Little had a shot at it. Little's a senior who I think this is his first year playing football, and he's done an outstanding job for us. He's turned into a special teams just guru. He's on every special teams, and
Morgan's kick right there. That was if that had been a golf shot, Coach, that would have dropped right near the hole and stayed there.
It would have. Morgan's doing a good job. He's doing a much better job, and I guess when you get 3 or 4 chances at extra points every time you score, that you get better.
Coach, are not able to contain the ends or seal the ends on a lot of these plays. Again, is that something they did? Is that something we need to do better at, or what's a lot of these?
All the above. I mean, it's yes, we need to get better at it, and they did a good job of scheming it up and getting to the edge. And again, when you got number 2 who can just kind of bounce, go, he does a great job at it. He's a great zone runner, and he's great for their system.
He puts the ball on the ground.
That's
again,
shoe.
It looked like a ball on the ground. I keep thinking that is a ball on the ground all night.
Again, good job. They did a great job of really just kind of, when they faked it to 2, we were so focused on him, the quarterback got loose a couple times.
Howard had incredible ability to pick through holes. Very smart runner. Starts and stops and changes direction as well as any back I've seen. Sort of reminds me of the back we saw at week 1 at Shelbyville. Not quite as quick or fast, but definitely a hole poker.
Oh, absolutely. Some great tackle there by Chris Murray. He played well all night.
He did play well. Chris had a very focused game, I thought.
I did as well. And I'm glad he had it on senior night. I mean, if you're going to have a focused game, at least let it be your last game at your home stadium. Third and long for him. I felt like we got them in 3rd and long a lot, and then this happened. Number 2 breaks loose, and first downs or touchdowns. I mean, I felt like we did a good job on 1st through 2nd down, and 3rd downs were always something that we really just didn't need to get better at.
Cumberland County scores. Howard on a run. Leads 21-14. Coffee County. Lincoln County set to kick off. Really good little scheme here. They dropped the ball where we weren't. They just didn't have anybody there to get it.
That's right. I thought it was a great scheme. I haven't seen that before, where everybody just takes off like a Chinese fire drill. But it was very interesting.
Again, Chris Murray on a carry. Peyton Eager back under center.
We're now in kind of ground and pound mode. We're getting too tight. We're running power. We're here again. We'll run power. This is kind of what we want to do. I mean, this is our game plan: is to bust you in the mouth for 3 or 4 yards at a time, and then hopefully pop one for about 10.
D'Angelo Rozier on the carry, 3rd time, again picking up chunks of yardage as he goes. Again, this is where D'Angelo, I think, held stats for the evening, over 100 yards rushing, well on his way to 1,000 yards for the season. Coach Rozier is probably one of the first, if not the first, Coffee County sophomore back to gain 1,000 yards potentially in a season.
Oh, he's great. He's an outstanding player for us, and real good person. I mean, it's you can't say enough about Rozier.
He's kind of pretty too, Coach.
I wouldn't go that far, but he at least can play.
Coffee County in the red zone. Another penalty.
Another one. Grayson Miller, our sophomore tight end.
Get a count on the number of penalties we had last night.
We didn't. I don't have that many fingers and toes to count on.
I don't have calculators that go that high, do they? Literally all night long. This, folks, was 3 hours and over 3-hour football game, which is rare for high school. Good run by D'Angelo here, and picking his way through. Very patient run.
Yes.
Coffee County first down.
The Meeker sneaker there, as we call it, the quarterback sneak with Meek, it gained us just enough to get a 1st down, and from here we're just running the clock out, and there was a minute and a half left or we'd have ran victory. There was a little too much time just to sit on the ball, so we gave the ball to senior Chris Murray, who again had an outstanding game, outstanding career. I was glad to see he was able to get in the end zone on senior night.
Good job, Chris Murray, on the little technical difficulty here. Bob's got me straightened out.
Blocked.
Kick was blocked. He's at 27-14. Coffee County over Cumberland County. Early into the 4th quarter. Coach, gotta give some folks, Joey Baumstein and company, who put the checkerboards in the end zone and they ringed the field in red for senior night. Really did a fantastic job on that field.
I thought it looked great. I don't know that it's looked better. I mean, the grass was green, the lines were beautiful, the checkerboard looked great. Still love the M in the middle of the field.
I do too.
I just love it, and like I said, you can't say enough about our crew that takes care of the field. They put in so many hours and just go out of their way just to make the field look beautiful Friday nights. I don't think people realize how much time they do spend on it.
Joey said they spent 24 hours painting, 24 total hours with 9 people, a 9-man crew painting all that. Big job to him, big props. Coffee County pinning its ears back a bit, getting some good defensive stops. 3rd down, Charles Jones in pursuit. And it causes
interception,
and that's your ball game. 33-21, Coffee County over Cumberland County. Coach, senior night, good ball game, good win. Got off the mat from a disappointing Lincoln County loss last week. Got Franklin County next week.
We do. got a good Franklin County team. We know they can play. They had a great game with Lincoln County last week. The Nunley kid at tailback or at their fullback position, he can play. I mean, they're wing T offense. Kermit Reed does a great job with the offense. Carr does a great job with the defense. It's going to be a good game. I really can't wait. I wish we could play right now. I'm ready to go.
We're going to take a quick break and maybe bring a couple of the players. We have Jeffrey Simmons and D'Angelo Rozier from the Coffee County Red Raiders. We're going to bring them on here and try to get them to talk to the camera and look at the camera here. We're going to teach them a little one-on-one skills. Coach, we'll be right back. Take a quick break.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
An 1880 Liberty $10 gold piece, a Ruger M77 rifle, 300 Winchester Magnum with a Leopold 25x50 Barry X3 scope.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us to raise our children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Mike or Lori.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
They say you see the world different. It's like I see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. And that's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart performs the most heart procedures in the state. That experience means more survivors. For more than 40 years, they have been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on because you want to survive.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
And welcome back live to the Red Raider Football Show with Coach Lee Davis. And we're joined on the set by two standouts for the Coffee County Red Raiders from 2011 season. Somebody's got a technical glitch going on there. I've got Mr. Jeffrey Simmons right here on my right and Mr. D'Angelo Rozier. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming out. We're going to talk to you real briefly. We'll talk to Sims first. Simmons, good defensive game last night. Had a premier back that you had to literally chase all over the field last night. Had a really good knockdown right there. Good play. Describe for me that knockdown on that play for me that you had to knock that pass down.
Well, our coach sent us out on a blitz, and I just timed it right and put my hands up like he told me.
Okay.
And knocked it down.
Critical kind of situation there. And how was it playing on senior night?
It was pretty fun playing with the seniors for the last time on home field, maybe.
Like that checkerboard end zone?
Nah, I don't like Tennessee.
You don't like Tennessee?
No.
Okay, well, I shouldn't have asked that question there. So, no. Thanks. Let's get over here on D'Angelo real quickly. D'Angelo's got his own mic. D'Angelo, senior night, playing for a lot of guys that have been playing for you in terms of your lineman, your Caleb West and whatnot. How was it? Describe how it was playing that night for them.
Well, I was playing for all the seniors last night, and I gave it my all the first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, the third quarter, I kind of laid off and had a little problem going on, but I came back in got us down there to the red zone, and got Charles a touchdown, got Murray a touchdown. I mean,
it's good.
I love them.
Good game. Anything particular they were? They were focusing on you, so I guess you were eventually able to figure out what they were doing to try to contain you, and you had a really good second half.
Well, they blitzed on me a lot. I got hit a lot last night, more than usual, but I mean, I got to keep it up and take it to Franklin County.
Sorry, thank Franklin County this week. You got a not a prediction, but what's your feeling on this next week, Dave? And you're close to 200 yards, too. You think you can get it against Franklin County?
Well, we'll see what Coach Davis does. It's all about him.
All right, Coach. Franklin County next week. Close game against Lincoln County. They end up losing to Lincoln County. Beat us the week before. Thoughts on the game coming up?
It should be a great game. We know Franklin County can go. And we know when we play our best, we can go. So it really ought to be a great game. I can't wait. And, let's hurry up and get Friday here.
Okay, so time is that? Time and venue, Coach? We're going to be home?
We are away. We are at Franklin County, and the game starts at 7 o'clock. Please come out and support your Red Raiders.
You can listen to that live on Fantasy 101.5 FM or on fantasyradio.com or right here on Charter Channel 6. They'll replay the game over the air. So you'll hear it through your TV set. Turn on multiple TV sets and watch the Red Raiders take on Franklin County. Big district match. Coach, we're in the playoffs, too.
We are in the playoffs. We are. It's a great feeling to know that our season will go on. Like I said, we don't know where we're going, if we're hosting, who we're playing. Really don't know much about what's going on. All we do know is that we're in.
We're in. Coach, couple awards here for the Two Purple Pigs, 620 Woodbury Highway in Manchester. Fantastic barbecue outfit. I'm a fan of the brisket, Memphis style, by the way. Charles Jones, offensive player.
Offense is kind of strange. Usually he gets defensive player of the week, and he's usually a defense specialist, but scored 2 times and popped a couple traps for us, and we felt like he was your offensive player of the week.
Who we have for a defensive player of the week, Coach?
Defensive player of the week, we called his name the whole show. I mean, he always seemed like he was around the balls. Anytime the quarterback put it in the air, he was around it. And our defensive player of the week goes to Chris Murray.
Chris Murray. $25 worth of wings for Jones, $25 worth of wings for Murray. D'Angelo, I'd hang out with those guys this week. And as soon as I find these guys, just be in their back pocket, you might get you some wings. Two Purple Pigs, we want to appreciate their sponsorship of the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show. Folks, that's about it. Next week, Franklin County. Let's go get the Rebels. Let's go to Winchester and go get a win.